All right, everybody. Sorry about that. Just hit a little technical difficulties. Hello there, and welcome to the Pulse. Let's go ahead and start off with a tune right now, and let's get rolling. Here we go. Thank you, Eric, for catching that. Yeah, I just added a new expansion board on, so I was kind of doing a quick test and that sort of thing. Mr. B, welcome. Shelby, what up, girl? Let's start off with some music. Here we go.
She said, I seen you in here before. I said, I've been here a time or two. She said, hello, my name is Bobby Joe. Meet my twin sister, Betty Lou. And we're both feeling kind of wild tonight. You're the only cowboy in this place. And if you're up for a rodeo, I'll put a big Texas smile on your face. I said, girls, I ain't as good as I once was. I got a few years on me now. But there was a time back in my prime when I could really lay it down. If you need some love tonight, then I might have just enough. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. I still hang out with my best friend Dave. I've known him since we were kids at school. Last night he had a few shots, got in a tight spot, hustling a game of pool with a couple of redneck boys, one great big bad biker man. I heard David yell across the room, hey buddy, how about a helping hand? I said, Dave, I ain't as good as I once was. My, how the years have flown. But there was a time back in my prime when I could really hold my own. If you want to fight tonight, guess those boys don't look all that tough. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. I used to be hell on wheels back when I was a younger man. Now my body says that you can't do this, boy, but my pride says, oh yes you can. I ain't as good as I once was. That's just the cold hard truth. I still throw a few back, talk a little smack when I'm feeling bulletproof. So don't double dog dare me now, 'cause I'd have to call your bluff. I ain't as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was. May not be good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Pulse. Doing a little chill time here. I spent about 3 hours in the studio last night working on some studio equipment, added some more expansions to the board, that sort of thing. Couple more boards in here. Just constantly upgrading, kind of doing a remodel here in the studio. So I wanted to do some tests. I'm glad I did. Eric, thank you for catching that there was no sound. You and Hoff there. Appreciate it. So that was one of the tricks I was doing, was seeing currently I've got 1, 2, 3, I don't know, just went into the fourth sound bar board that I got going. making sure I got the triggers set up right, that sort of thing. When you work with multiple pads in a studio, sometimes you got to catch it just right in order to make sure. That's why I wanted to come live right now and get some things working on it. Sounds like, how did it sound? Okay. Does it sound everything okay? All I did was basically daisy chain some more stuff together, get them going into the 3 CPUs I got running. Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Music should be a little clearer out there. Well, with the limitations of what's going on with Podbean. I mean, sometimes it's garbage. It's up and down. You guys all know that, how that works. But let's see here. By the way, Shelby, I just caught your message right now because I was a little bit behind on it. Sorry, dear. I did not know. I just looked over at my phone. Like I said, the last about 45 minutes or so, I've been in here just putting things together, making sure we were ready for the shows this week. I wanted to make sure nothing was going to screw up. I've got the lines open right now. You're welcome to call in if you like. And as I still mess with a few things, let's see here. Let's get Miss Shelby in here. Miss Shelby. Hey, girl. Sorry about that. I just saw your message. I was like, oh no.
Okay.
Wow, how's things going? Are they
He goes to work. He doesn't work tomorrow.
okay?
We're playing it by ear, but it's a no pay vacation thing.
Okay. So at least they're trying to work some things out and get it
I don't
trying
know.
trying to get people back to work at least.
No shift is working. There's not a shift working. I know for a fact. At least Friday to Friday.
Yeah.
We don't know anything further to Friday.
Yeah.
Because my nephew works Wednesday and Thursday, and he's
Finlay.
already been told that he's not working. So
Yeah. Did you find out, is HR involved? Did you find out if there's any way that they're going to help out or try and find anything?
they're not saying nothing.
Not saying nothing yet.
Mm-mm.
Hey, Cupcake, welcome to the show, Finlay. He's in the house.
Hey, Miss Finlay.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're
Eric.
welcome. I was on with you and Finley late last night for a little while before I crashed out.
I think I crashed out too eventually.
Did you? Yeah.
I think.
I hung on as long as I could. I knew I had early morning this morning. Went to church this morning, and then it
I did
so
too.
much. Good for you. Good for
I
you.
did.
Oh,
We went to church. I did.
yeah.
I very well enjoyed it too.
Good. We noticed so much for our springtime here. It's dumping snow out there right now. Literally.
Oh, is it?
Falling for 16 inches. I'm like, come on. What is going on here?
Uh-huh.
We were in the high 30s, low 40s this last week. I was like, remember what I said though? I said, want weather to change in Alaska, just wait 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's currently, it's still warm out there. It's like 29 degrees, but it's dropping snow. The snowflakes are the size of, like paratroopers coming down.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's all right. We're going to make it one way or the other. One way or the other. We just got to roll with it. Finley, you're welcome to call in. Unless he's hanging. He's probably hanging. So
I think he's working.
Is he? Okay.
I think so.
You keyboard cowboy, you. Yeah, he's probably working. I would imagine.
I figured.
There was no one on right now. I just I was going to call into someone and test some stuff. Let them be the guinea pigs, and no one was on. So I was like, well, I guess I'll throw out a show and see if just do the old guinea pig thing on myself and see what happens.
Well, it sounds good.
Oh, good. Yep. Last couple of days I've been working in the studio, cleaning some stuff up, remodeling, moving stuff around. I had it. What's that?
I imagine you have big windows in your studio. Is that right?
I do. I do.
I thought you might.
Yeah. My windows are, I actually have two big 5x8s and
Oh wow.
right behind me that I'm
Oh,
literally able to look outside. Yeah.
oh wow.
And the other
That's,
one's like a 5x5. GP, welcome. Good to see you. No, so it's just been one of them days. It's been a good day.
oh,
Other than
that's
it
good.
dumping snow, we're probably gonna have to have a plow party eventually sometime this week. You can say that. I'll make Scott do a plow party for me.
Party.
Yeah, you know. He gets a kick out of doing that.
I'm sure he does.
He
It gives
does.
him something to do.
Yeah. It was like yesterday's show. He put out, what was the show he put out?
Dress me or something.
Yeah, what am I gonna wear?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
I wish
That's,
I'd known what he was wearing because I'd like to know what typical, because people in different areas of the United States wear different things
yeah.
to wine tastings, and I was just wondering what he would have worn that I've been,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, you got to hear a little bit more about me and Scott yesterday on the Dress Me show. Yes, yes, we do care about our, what we're wearing, believe it or not. Well, sometimes. Unless you're like me, I look like Zelensky right now. I'm wearing jogging pants and a t-shirt, a Carhartt shirt.
Well, that's nothing. It's short and t-shirt here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, it's definitely wasn't for the snow. It'd still be shorts weather here. That's all right. It's all good. Hey, sis. You're welcome to call in, sis, by the way. Let's see if she calls in. Well, that way she could gloat about her 77 degrees. And let's see, she went to the carniceria today. She probably picked up, she went and have coffee this morning, and then they had a nice lunch. And it's just about dinner time right now. I just teasing you, sis. You're welcome to call in, though. Oh, yeah, see, this is my command. There we go. Let's see. Hey, sis, how you doing today? I think she's connected. Maybe. I thought she was. Doo-doo-doo. Try again, sis. Your internet, your third squirrel on the wheel probably fell off or something. She's probably gonna smack me up for that one.
she
That's okay.
probably will.
Uh-huh. That's all
Next
good.
time she sees you,
Yeah.
you remember that day? Smack.
Yeah. She's probably got better internet than most of the lower 48 does, and she's buried in the heart of Mexico somewhere.
Yeah.
There we go, sis. I'll send you an invite right now, just in case. That way, in case I missed you. Let's see. Hey, sis, you there? It's trying to connect. Maybe. Kinda.
Probably she ain't got bad weather today yet.
Maybe.
I know we're supposed to be bad all week here.
Yeah, you got more coming, don't you?
Yeah, unfortunately. I dread it too.
Let me see if I could get my sis to connect. I'm going to go ahead and play a song. What do you think, Shelby?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I pulled one up the other day that I hadn't played in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
An old Sean Mullins song called Lullaby. Do you remember that? You probably don't.
I probably don't.
Maybe not.
Okay,
Hey, sis, we can hear you now.
I was on my iPhone, so I went to the iPad. We haven't been anywhere today, Brett. We're going to dinner and to see the Gary Lyons band tonight.
Oh, is that the one you posted the other last week?
No,
that you were
that
out
was
to see?
That's who we're having dinner with, the guitar player from Tequila Blue.
Oh, okay.
We're going to see another band.
Ah, look at that.
We're
Yeah,
getting
no,
out. We're going to go out after dark. Are you ready?
that's pretty funny, sis. You
Now,
guys are good. You're getting all excited now. You're checking out concerts and stuff. See what retiring does for you?
oh my God, it's the most wonderful thing. I didn't think I would like it, and it's the most wonderful thing I've
Why?
ever done.
Open air concerts like that, especially in a little pavilion like you're doing. I mean, that's
Actually, this
awesome.
is at a restaurant.
Is it?
Yep, this is
Oh,
at a restaurant. And the Tequila Blues plays on top of a restaurant.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
That sounds
there,
pretty cool.
a lot of the restaurants here have rooftops.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well,
Well,
I'm
yeah,
coming.
y'all's weather is
I'm,
prettier
I'm
than.
going to come camp out on your couch for a week.
I
Drink
told
all
you
kinds of beer.
my king size couch is waiting.
I know. Believe me. I actually just went on Thursday and got my passport redone. I had to go get my passport redone.
We'd love to see you, little brother.
I know. I want
Aw.
to come see, bro. I do. Susie's all excited. She's all jacked up about it. Going, we just got to get out of here. Let's go do it.
Trey's coming the first week of November for Day of the Dead.
Is he?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I remember that was the flower party, wasn't it? No, that was which one?
No.
The Day of the Dead, they celebrate all the people
Who died.
That there's this
Right.
one building in Central. They got all these skulls on the wall.
Right.
It's got-
The candy skulls and all that. Yeah, November 2nd, GP put out there.
It's got people's names on skull heads.
These are tiles, these skulls, on a whole wall of a building.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're gonna have to send me a picture of that.
We got one.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, you'll have to shoot to me. Well, good. What's on the dinner menu tonight?
Well, we eat there all the time, so
Yeah.
they won't be serving my favorite, which is the Woods omelet.
You're down in Mexico and you order an omelet? What is the matter with you, sis?
You cover it
Hey,
with
don't be
hot
banging
sauce.
her omelet.
Yeah, and it's
Omelets
got
are good.
zucchini and mushrooms and
Really?
spinach.
You cover it with hot sauce, and it's like a breakfast burrito.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that sounds good.
I could go with that.
But no, Brett, it's 87 right now here.
Oh, you guys are cooking. That's a little warm for me.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
unusual.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It'll be 50 tonight, but still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
You guys are cooking and we're at 28 and it's snowing like crazy.
we
Go
are
figure.
almost ready to turn the damn air conditioners on.
Usually,
I bet.
My husband wanted to turn the air conditioner on last night. I was like, no, we need to save that electric bill.
Yeah, until you start sweating so bad that you glue yourselves to the sheet. Then it'll be a quick
So,
change.
Shelby, our electric bill is for 2 months. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
$135 for 2 months.
Is that all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a bunch of solar panels, though.
yeah, we have solar.
Oh,
panels.
really?
Paul G,
wow.
welcome.
Yeah.
That's neat.
They're set up pretty good. Okay, let me say this. They are set up real good down there in Mexico.
We are.
Yeah.
Were the solar panels hard to put in?
No,
No.
They just mount a bracket on the roof that holds however many you want, and they just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they run a wire down to your converter box and runs it to your breaker box.
Yeah.
Right.
And away you go.
I mean, electric's not really expensive in Mexico, but I'm going to say that we are actually saving half.
Right.
Because we have 5 TVs, we
Oh,
have
yeah.
fans, we have 6 ceiling fans. Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, so
And a
Very
house that
interesting.
looks like a castle.
it does. It looks like a castle, and now it has fake grass.
Right?
We never, we never shut our windows and doors since we moved here.
Right.
Oh, really?
Because
Yeah.
usually it's 70 during the day and 50 at night.
Yeah.
We're just having some kind of weird hot spell right now.
Oh,
That's all right.
man.
But the middle of June is when they call the rainy season comes, and it rains usually only at night. So it's
Yeah.
cool the whole next day.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it don't rain the whole rest of the year till next rainy season.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
my
it's from
gosh.
like
I don't
the
know.
middle of June till the middle of September, and then it's over.
Huh.
And that's Brett is why Trey wants to come that late, because if he comes early, he'll have to see the mountains brown.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
wait until it greens up a little.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't figure that out. Everywhere, all around town, everything's green and flowery and beautiful. But
Yeah.
during the winter, the mountain dries up. All the trees that look like they do in the real world, the states, they're all brown and the leaves fall off.
Right.
Right.
No.
But all around town, everything's green and flowery.
Like we have these purple trees, but we're pretty sure they're lilac bushes that grew into trees.
Yeah.
Most likely.
She's
Yeah.
not kidding.
No, I'm not kidding, because there's a rubber tree at this one hotel that Chris stayed at, and we've been there several times to eat.
Right.
And it's a rubber tree, and I mean that thing is humongous.
It's about 25 feet round and about 25 feet tall. The trunk is about maybe 3 feet in diameter.
Mm.
It is like everything grows here really big.
See, what
Right.
happens is it grows year round, all year long, and it's been doing it for 100 years.
Yeah.
Right.
The little
Right.
household plants we have at home are trees and shit here. it's
Oh, my
creepy as
goodness.
hell.
It is. It's really weird, because like we have the palms. When we moved into this place, these palms
Yeah.
have doubled in size since we got
Really?
here.
There's,
Yeah.
there's
Dang.
ficus trees all over town. Well, they're as
Yeah.
big as grand oak trees in Texas.
It
I swear to you.
it is
That's
up.
actually
It is
funny.
really weird.
Yeah. Whole
Mm.
new. Yeah. It's totally different from living on the lake, isn't it?
Oh, way different. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're only about a half a block from the lake where we live now.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
but it's just gorgeous here. It's beautiful. And the other thing is the people are happy. I don't care if they're wearing holy clothes and they're walking and they're having to carry 4 kids with them.
Yeah.
They still smile and
Man.
tell you,
All you got to do
hello,
is look
hola.
at somebody. All you got to
Yeah.
do is look
Right.
at them and they smile.
That's pretty
Wow.
cool. That's pretty cool. I still can't say the name of it. What's the name of the town?
Ahihik.
No, it ain't. It's Akahik.
Ahihik.
Akahik. Lizzie,
Akahik.
what's up? Nice to see you. Huh.
Aka.
It's on Lake Chapala.
Yeah. Most people just call it Ahihihi.
Ahihihi.
The
My
correct,
Spanish is not improving.
the correct pronunciation is Akahik.
Mine isn't either. And
Akahik.
I do 5 courses a day in Spanish, and nope, I ain't getting it.
Yeah, it just ain't working. It just
You
ain't
know what it
working.
is? It's the Oakley in me.
Probably. Yeah.
It's the Oakley in me. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
keep doing it until it hurts, and it's starting to hurt. Okay.
Oh, my.
Oh yeah.
I don't
That's
speak
funny.
Spanish, but somehow I have all these conversations with all these people with Spanish, and I know what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have just learned that Google Translate and WhatsApp is my app. So I go to Google Translate and I send a message to the vet in Spanish, and she goes to her Google Translate and she sends it back to me in English. Isn't that sweet of her?
Oh, yeah.
It is. It
I'm
is.
telling you that is just so sweet. But I mean, and I'm gonna say that anywhere you go, someone speaks English and Spanish.
It was weird as shit when we first moved down here. Donna goes to the grocery store,
Yeah.
and all the food and everything's in Spanish.
Oh my God, I had the hardest time.
To this day, I look at shit in there and I ask Donna, I wonder what this is.
And you know what I do? I get out my phone and I go to Google Translate, take a picture of it.
That's funny.
But until I got the hang of what I needed to buy there,
Yeah.
I had to do that.
Sometimes there's pictures on the cans or the boxes, but
Yeah,
everything,
Lizzie puts yo hablo.
everything else is in Spanish, and you're like, what the fuck?
Lizzie's in there. Yeah, I know. Oh man, what's happening, man? You're welcome to call in, brother. I know. Yeah, you always tell me, yeah, but I won't shut up if I call in. I'm like, get in here.
Hey,
Anyway,
Lizzie,
I
how
I
are
think
you?
the biggest deal is they bring stuff in from the United States, and
Yeah.
then they plaster this plastic thing on the back of it so that you can't read the directions or anything.
Yeah.
And it's in Spanish. So then I have to go to Google Translate, take a picture of it, and read it to make sure that I'm doing it right. And how many cakes did I mess up? I messed up like 3 cakes. Just baking a cake. I used to be a baker for Kroger's.
I hear you, Lizzie.
And he told me, there's something wrong with you here. And then I realized it. I'm in a high altitude. I have to change my way of baking because I'm in a high altitude.
Right.
The
Right.
altitude here is the same as Colorado.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
sitting at there? Bayon, welcome to the show.
Lizzie, I
Oh, that's
tried
right.
so
You're sitting at
hard.
about
I
3,000
pulled
feet,
for
aren't you?
Iowa to win the Final Four, and the girls just. I tried so hard, Lizzie,
Yeah.
but they just didn't pull it out this year. Maybe they will next year.
Is Texas still in there?
Let's
The
see.
girls, no, they ended today. LSU won.
Yeah.
But the
We just,
guys,
The guys are still playing, but I don't know what guys are.
yeah.
Yeah.
It would be Texas Tech or the Aggies, Texas A&M.
We just got done with basketball here, and
did ya?
our little town just took third in state, so
Oh
that
wow!
was pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love the girls' basketball team. Them girls are badasses.
Oh
Yeah.
Yep. I'll give
More
them
fun
that.
to watch than the guys.
Yeah.
By the way, those that are newly listening, who you're hearing in the background, Tex Gal, that is my sister and also my brother-in-law, my bro, and they're just talking about what's going on down in Mexico where they live. So, not to mention, I'm pressuring them pretty hard that I'm going to come down and camp out on their couch and eat all of the food and drink all of the beer.
King-size bed, Brett.
I know. She told me. I know.
Well, it's Holy Week too, so all this week because
Yeah.
we're in the Catholic world
We're
here.
real religious here.
Yeah.
All the Hispanics are real religious.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't talk much longer because we got to go.
You got to go. Yeah.
We get to
Good to
go
be
out
retired.
to
They got a
dinner.
hot date
Oh my
tonight.
gosh! Yes, we have.
Get me
have
pictures and
reservations.
videos.
There's going to be a live band there.
Good deal. Enjoy. All right,
We have
you
to leave
guys.
our children, so we love you.
Love you too, sis. Love you,
Y'all
Chris.
have a good time tonight.
Yeah.
All right,
you guys
bye
have a good time.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's so
Such a
funny.
sweetheart.
Yeah. She is. She's you know what? She is amazing. Her and Chris are both amazing. Yeah, it's literally Lizzie put out there. It's literally a family show,
Family show.
right?
That's right. I'd
Uh,
claim you as family, Brett.
absolutely. You know what? You just have to remember, blood doesn't make family. Family makes family.
That's
Always
right.
remember that. Always remember
Right.
that. Yep. It doesn't matter. All right. While the looks like I was bribing the old man to get in on the show here. He'll probably ring in just because I'm pestering him. But I do got one song I want to play here. It's an old Sean Mullins song
Okay.
that I pulled up the other day, and
Okay.
just kind of kicked it. And I figured, you know what? I want to throw it out there again just so I can hear it. All right, let's go ahead and cut to a little music break here. And then we'll be right back and do some more chat and talk and do it to it. All righty, here we
All
go.
right.
Enjoy.
She grew up with the children of the stars in the Hollywood Hills and the Boulevard. Her parents threw big parties. Everyone was there. They hung out with folks like Dennis Hopper and Bob Seger and Sonny and Cher. She feels safe now in this bar on Fairfax. And from the stage I can tell that she can't let go and she can't relax. And just before she hangs her head to cry, I sing to her a lullaby. I say everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. She still lives with her mom outside the city, down that street about a half a mile. And all her friends tell her she's so pretty. But she'd be a whole lot prettier if she smiled once in a while. 'Cause even her smile looks like a frown. She's seen her share of devils in this angel town. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye, rockabye. I told her, I ain't so sure about this place. It's hard to play a gig in this town and keep a straight face. And it seems like everybody's got a plan. It's kind of like Nashville with a tan. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. It's your rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye, rockabye. Everything's gonna be alright. Rockabye,
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Pulse. That's right. You're chilling out today with me. We did a little testing earlier today. I was working in the studio for a couple hours last night and testing with Finley on there late last night. It's up late. And, oh, man, what's happening, my brother? What are you doing?
Man, it's Sunday. I had to ask Grammy just a few minutes ago, is what's today? She goes, it's Sunday. Oh, okay. I mean, I lose track of time. Right. No, it's going good. Hey, I heard somebody say who's playing in the in men's AA, the men's NCAA championship basketball game. It is the game is tomorrow, and it's between 4th seed UConn and fifth seed San Diego State. So there you go.
Ooh. San Diego State.
Yeah, I think. They are a new one, and UConn hasn't been in the Final Four for who knows. I probably had hair the last time they were in it.
Years.
You had hair once?
Years.
Yeah, one time when I was running around with the cavemen.
Right.
Whatever. Shelby always sounds so cute. Shelby could insult you and you just go, oh, isn't that sweet?
1, 2, 3.
Oh. Oh, Shelby, you got those? I sent you those recipes.
I did get them, yes.
Yeah, that cheesecake thing, that little cheese square thing that I sent you. That's one of them. One's a buttermint. And the other one is like a little cheesecake cookie thing. That if you're gonna make one, make those. I tell you what, okay. Grammy's got a locked refrigerator so I don't get to those things. I mean, I just eat a ton of those things. They're just good. Those things are so good.
Come on, it's cheesecake. I mean, you just say the word cheesecake, I'm all over it.
Yeah, the little cookies, they taste like a cheesecake. Well, they're just a little square cookie that is basically a cheesecake. It's just thin. It's only about, gosh, they're less than a 1/4 inch thin. They're only about maybe an 1/8 inch. But man, do they pack a lot of flavor. They are good.
Okay, I will definitely try those first.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to send that to me. Actually, I'll just go up, sit on your couch, and eat all your cheesecake bites.
I'd fight you for them.
I know.
Yeah, I can send that to you. But it's been a pretty lazy.
It'd be like two cats fighting in a sack. I mean,
oh yeah. Right. And Grammy and Susie would be there hitting us with brooms.
Right, exactly.
Trying to break up the fight. Yeah.
Throwing water on us, doing whatever it takes to spread us apart from the cheesecake bite. Yeah. No, I spent like 2 hours last night working in the studio, and I expanded the boards a few more and added I got 3 CPUs that run this mess in here. I call it a mess, but it's really not. And so Scott was working with me. I got another pad working and another this.
Nice.
And it's constantly expanding, to make my life easier behind this studio desk. I try to anyway.
All I got is a laptop and a audio interface and that's it. That's all I got.
I know. But you
and a couple of mics and a couple of headsets. That's it.
Yeah. I know. I go a little crazy with stuff. I do.
Well, anything more for me, I'd be way over my head. I'd just be way over my head. I'd have all this stuff set up and not be using it. Like I always enter these contests, win a $10,000 studio, And Grammy goes, what would you do if you ever won that? I go, I'd have it all set up and only use my laptop and interface and my 2 mics and headsets. That's it. Right. All that equipment would just be sitting there. Oh, yeah. What does this do? I don't know.
Just keep hitting buttons. That's how I learned.
Hey, does any of this stuff work? No, I don't even have it plugged in, man. It's all
It's the blinky lights. We're kind of like raccoons. If it's shiny and blinks, we're like all over it.
Well, I'm such a dork because when I put the mic I got the mic. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I finally figured out how to put my mic so I can, I can talk and not have problems with my mic. and it's sitting here right in front of my face like a regular studio mic. I mean,
You're getting
and I've got it a little bit off to the side so I can read my screens.
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
noticed that. I've been listening because I pick these things out. Every once in a while, I'll hear you go. And you know what that means? It means you just bumped your forehead into your mic.
Yeah. Well, my mic is that I could pull away from my mic and it'd be fine. But I don't know. There's the old school in me is I got to be right up on my mic,
Yeah.
But anyway, so I turn everything on and my audio interface is off to my left, kind of a little behind me to the left, Yeah. And so I'm such a dork. I'll talk in my mic and then try to turn my head real fast to see what the little light gauges are at,
Yeah.
And I'm not the speed of light. I can't turn around and see those things. So. But I'm always trying to do. Hey, Grammy, just
are a techie.
Grammy,
because you think about it, you're always looking to do a little bit more. You just don't realize that yet, dude. Sean Darlington, Brian, welcome to the show.
Hey.
You say you're a dork, but you're really not. You're thinking about these things in the future. I know you are, and you can't help it.
I don't know.
We all say that. We all say that. Well, we're not really into that. Before you know it, we're placing things in different spots in our studio. We're making things, I can move, and it makes a big difference. The only difference is me and Scott talk about this a lot because, when it comes to studios, he's an old recording guy.
Oh, really?
Studios. Oh, yeah. Not just a musician, but yeah, he is the man behind the scenes recording music.
Oh.
So when it comes to that, I can hammer him pretty good on stuff to make sure things are right. And, I kind of work on the techie side too, and a musician. So when it all comes together, I can move pretty much in proximity. I'm currently, let's see, I can actually, where's my little tape measure here? Let's do this. That's pretty sad when you keep a tape measure on your studio desk. Okay. I am currently 18 inches away from my mic. And that's how clear this setup is. Yeah.
Well, I had to reach into my drawer and grab my tape measure. But I'm about right, 8 inches. I'm about 8 inches. I'm about 8 inches from my mic.
Okay. Yeah. Well, see, you can do it. You can. And it's all proximity, it's all equipment,
Yeah.
And the biggest thing that me and Scott have learned over the years dealing with Podbean is Podbean only has so much it can do.
Right.
It is very limited. Everything on there is very limited. Yes, it works. It's a great platform to work off, but they are very limited on. You can go the best technology in the world, and you're only going to get about a 5% gain on it, 5 to 10% gain.
I'm constantly overloading my system. I'm overloading it. I have too much. Like I play my music through. Well, I'm talking to you right now through my phone, and my phone's wired into my audio interface.
Okay.
And so you're actually hearing me through my audio interface. But when I play my music, whenever I decide to do a music show, I always put the music through my phone or through Grammy's tablet.
Yeah.
And I know I never touch the knobs on my interface. They are set where they're set. I have them where I want them, and I don't touch them. So I'll adjust the volume on my source, and I always put it too high. I put it too high, and I got, it's all out of balance, and it cuts in and out, and it gets kind of a little distorted. And but I like to crank it. I like to crank it so I can hear it. And I did that, and I was talking to somebody, and they go, well, all you need to do is turn up your headphones. Really? I never thought of that because I have a headphone volume. I have a headphone volume knob. Yeah. Oh, so I tried to, I'll tune it up right now. I'll turn it up right now. Oh, yeah, there I am. Now I'm really loud, and then so are you guys, or I can back it way down, and it's nice little whisper. I don't know. I don't know about this stuff.
It does. It takes a lot of time for those hosts out there. It takes a lot of time to get things right. I mean, just watching everything, spending time on Podbean being able to run with, what boards you're using, this or that, because, you know as well as I do, we can crank it up to where it's so high that it's blowing everyone out of the water,
Yeah.
and
Well,
It was a computer.
yeah. And people say, why don't they're kind of shocked that I do my show through the Podbeam website.
right.
Yeah,
do.
that's what I do.
Do you?
Through the website.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't use my phone.
I currently work it 2 ways, depending on where I'm at. If I get on, like when I get on your show, I actually use a Windows subsystem on one of my computers that's tied into these other two. And I currently run a Windows subsystem. So I'm working the actual phone app from my PC base. I can flip back and forth. Currently, right now, I'm just running right on the Podbean site, on the PC.
And you might as well be talking German to me because I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know what you just said either.
Yeah, I know. All right, Shelby. You and me, baby. You and me, sweetie. We're going, huh? And we'll say, oh yeah, like we know what he's talking about. We ain't got a clue what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can do that. And Lizzie, I'm curious about the Sunday school lizard story sometime. I will do that. I will throw that out there. Actually what a subsystem is basically you're taking a computer, right? Your laptop or this or that, and you're building a virtual computer inside the computer. So basically you're running 2 computers in one unit. And that one unit, you can specify it to run like applications, APK apps, like on your phone. So basically what you're doing is you're taking those, you're taking a computer that is window based and being able to use it to play applications, like Google applications is what you're doing. So it gets a little confusing. It's one of those things that it's kind of a pain in the butt to deal with. It's just techie stuff is all it is. But
I'm sorry, the number you've reached is not in service at this time. Please try your call again later.
Disconnected or no longer in service.
I've been wondering is if what I need to do on my end, because I don't know. I'm not going back and listening to my shows, so I don't know what they sound like.
Oh, you should.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, you got to. You got to, Shelby.
Host. Yeah, you figure out. You learn
I'm scared. I'm scared to go back and listen.
No. I tell you what, Shelby. I listen to almost all my shows, and I do it not only. I started out doing it because I wanted to hear, what I needed to do to improve it, but I got so. When you're doing your show, you can't really catch everything that all your callers are saying because you're trying to keep the show moving. You're reading the chat room, and you're trying to keep the show moving forward. So when I turn around and listen to it later, I'm actually listening to it as a listener.
Correct.
I'm listening to it like I'm a follower of the Old Man's Podcast Show, and I'm listening to it, and I don't want to sound like I'm, stuck up or anything, but I actually enjoy my show, because I'm listening to it as a listener, and everybody's cracking me up. The conversation is funny and all this and that, and you need to listen to your show. You need to listen to it. Yeah,
it is going to teach you a lot about flow in your show. It's going to teach you of where you need to give a little bit more attention to. How to how to host your show. It's going to give you some ideas of how you are hosting it and maybe a direction you need to move it to.
Yeah, exactly.
It gives you a direction on how to handle your panel, where to move your panel in a certain direction to make things happen. There's a lot. You're very you are new at this, Shelby, and you're going to learn, and you learn a lot by listening to your shows.
You are your quality manager. You are the quality person for your show. And it's like I, for the longest time, struggled with my volume, as one talking in my show, I was always so loud compared to everybody else. And I finally worked. That's why I said I don't touch the volume knob on my audio interface, because I have them set just right. So I can listen to the show and you don't hear me booming as much as you used to. And like I would speak and drown everybody out. But so, you've got to do your own quality control. Or another thing I do too is I'll ask someone to listen to it. I'll have certain people listen to the show that I know listen to the show almost daily, and I'll get home and say, how'd the show sound? Not in content, but in quality. How did the show sound? And then people used to tell me, man, you are way too loud. Your volume's way too loud. You need to turn your volume down. Oh, okay.
Right.
And that kind of stuff. So you need to, Shelby. Become a fan and a listener of the Shelby Right Back Show.
Yes.
You have to.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. It that's how you make it in this world, is being able to be your own best critic. It really it seriously is, And Shep's in the room. Sheppy.
Shepherd.
But my next question is, I just have a HP computer. I don't have any gadgets or anything. I don't even have a microphone. I use the microphone that's built into the computer.
Is that what you're talking on right now?
No, I'm on my phone right now, actually. When I go into shows, when I go into lives, I use my phone. But when I do my own, I use my computer.
It works.
It does. It
sounds good. Yeah.
If it's okay, it's okay. And Darlington put out there, I hope you sometimes ask others and be like, what do you think? Absolutely, we do.
Yeah.
Well, we take criticism. Yeah.
Yeah.
We do ask for advice. We do. Me and the old man talk all the time, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Let the cat out of the bag.
We're calling each other and harassing each other all the time.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it rolls, and we're lucky enough to have very, very strong co-hosts that take care of a lot of things, and in the background. And it is it's something that's just going to grow with you as you go on. The more serious you are about it, the more you're going to ask yourself the right questions, and the more you are going to put out a product that you are happy with. And don't be afraid to be your own critic.
No, you gotta be open to criticizing your own work. And I will say this, I'm not going to say who it is, but I do have one person that listens to the show, and they are highly critical. Man, they're highly critical. Yeah. I made the mistake of saying I'm relying on you to let me know how the the quality of the show, how it's going, and they took it to heart. And it's like, they just lay it out there. And being a quality guy, that's what I did for a living. I was a quality assurance, quality control guy. So I can pretty much take the criticism. As long as they're not someone that's going to take and let it and keep telling me, oh, great show, love the show, great show, love the show. And it goes on like that for, eons. And then all of a sudden they blast you, it's like, well, why didn't you tell me this,
Yeah.
Scrabble Bag VTV, welcome to the show. For all those out there, you're listening to the Pulse right now. You can find out more about us. Go to our website. You can check out pulsealaska.com, find out more about us here and how you can support the show. Also, this is just a chill show. This is just one of these that I just throw out there just to have some fun, listen to some music. We got a great panel today. We got Miss Shelby on and the old man himself, on the panel. We do got a new caller in right now. Let's see here. I'm going to... Darlington, I'm going to unmute you right now. It sounded like we had a lot of feedback, so let me mute you.
Hey, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I was listening to you guys talking about asking the advices from others. How is the show doing? And I was like, yeah, I think they're quite right when it comes to that. Cause have you ever came across of what do you call this? The producer if the producer is kind of producing a beat, and he'll go around asking those who are kind of on his surrounding and be like, what do you think about the beat? Then they'll come up with an advice if there is there has to be an edition somewhere, somehow, something like that. So it's like, kind of making a show, and only to find out that there are some certain spices that are missing, and you'll be like asking others, what do you think of what I was doing yesterday? And if there are some certain things which are missing, other people will be like, nah, I think somewhere, somehow, there has to be something need to be added or something like that.
Right. No, I understand completely. Oh, I'm going to mute you there. There you go. You've got some huge feedback coming back, Darlington. I appreciate your comments out there. And it's important to see how far you want to take your show, Shelby, just as like me and the old man do. There's a lot of important people in the background that make your show, all the way coming from, Susie, our executive producer, in the background, taking care of our fans, this and that, making sure that we're on topic. How we, produce the show, how we come out, how we, interact with each other. It's all things that take time. And I know the old man does the same thing in the background,
No, I don't.
I know you do. I know you do. You're full of yeah. I know you
have to be full of crap.
Yeah. The only You're welcome, Darlington. I appreciate you calling in.
Thanks, Darlington.
Yes.
Hey, check out the Old Man's Podcast Show tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. Pacific Time, 10 a.m. Eastern. That's the only reason I came on this show, is just to,
so I could get a
plug my own show. Yeah.
There you go. That's right, everybody. Check out the Old Man's Podcast, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Alaska time, 7 a.m. Pacific. And get on out there. Great morning show. I enjoy it. And I ain't just blowing smoke up your tail. Like,
and then you can pick up Shelby right back on Mondays and Thursdays, right after the Old Man's Podcast.
What day? What day are you on?
On Mondays and Thursdays, right after.
Mondays and Thursdays. See, I need to know that, Shelby, so I can plug your show.
Send me a schedule.
Then I come on on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for our crime investigation.
Oh, you need to send me a schedule.
I told her. I made her
send
me.
I have to revise it because when I made it out and sent it to Russ didn't catch it either. I had messed up on my own schedule. Can you believe that?
Right.
Well, see, remember what I said. One thing you want to make sure you are is consistent.
Yes.
So you sit down, you make your schedule, and stick to it. Stick to it. But I'm serious, because I love nothing more than to promote your podcast. I just I just think it's great. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'm sure Brett realizes it, but I push the pulse all the time.
Yes.
And it's just when I have one that I'll be honest with you. You say, well, how come you push him and you don't push this and that and this and that? Well, because I know the pulse pushes the Old Man's Podcast.
Yeah.
And so it's a tit for tat. It's a scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. And we promote a lot of podcasts that people don't promote us back the same way we do. But that's okay. I don't care. I don't care. But eventually people do, and I just like promoting. I just like telling people about fun podcasts and and if you're coming on Shelby, between me and the Pulse, oh man, I'll be honest with you. I think that's a perfect time, to tell you the truth. That's a perfect time, and it's like Russ has
the layover time. Yeah, she catches layover time, between us and whether we do the news show or a chill show, depending on Susie and Scott's schedule. We try and do the Pulse, headline news Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Alaska time, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 2 p.m. Eastern. There, see, I threw a plug out too.
Yeah. There you go.
But if not, it's usually either the headline news or the chill show, one or the other. But consistency is big, like the old man says. Consistency is where it's at. You guys know that when, you guys know when I come on. Most everyone on this in the listener panel knows when the Pulse and when the old man comes on.
Yeah.
But we do push that to make sure, we'll throw, subtle hints out there. Hey, make sure you guys hit that follow button out there. That's a big thing, because if the follow button is on and your notifications are on, that way you know when we go live.
And
Finlay,
Brian, let me tell you something.
Good
I
evening, Brett.
have zilch technological sense whatsoever. But if you start out on Podbean really, to me, made it so easy to start that now it doesn't take me but maybe 2 minutes to get everything set up to where all you got to do is press a button when it's time for you to go on, and bam, you're on. So
yeah, they do make it.
Don't let that hold you back thinking, oh, well, I'm just not technically savvy. Don't let that hold you back. If you've got something to say, get on Podbean and get yourself started.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why I have a link in my webpage to Podbean. I have a link there, and you can go to our partners tab, click it, and there's the very first one there. I believe the first one there is a Podbeam thing. It talks about Podbeam, and you hit that link, it puts you right to their website and gets you going. Yeah, it's really easy. It's really easy, and I've been doing this, like I said, for 3 years, a little more than 3 years if you count the time I spent with Big Rich Dog on Dreadnought 928.
Right.
But I've never had a problem with Podbean. Not at all. No.
And Brian Laurie put out there he wants to start a podcast, but you're not technically blessed. Well, you know what? One thing that me and the old man do out there is we do promote that you guys give it out there and give it a try.
Yes.
You don't know until you get out there and do it to it. Flat out do it to it. You're not going to be blessed right off the beginning. This takes years to turn into something.
I'm blessed right off the beginning.
Yeah, you were blessed right now. Leave it to Finley, my brother from across the pond.
Hey, Russ.
How you doing, old man?
Great.
Smack Finley upside his head.
See,
but I'm gonna tell you, my first show, my initial show, Brett actually helped co-host with me.
I heard that show.
It was good in my eyes and Brett's eyes, but I don't really think I had a whole lot of engagement in that show. But you know what? It gave me a learning experience that I didn't think that I would have. And from then on, I've had my engagement in each show just keeps going up. It just keeps rising.
What you got to do.
Because people get in your show. People get in your show, Shelby, and they communicate in the chat room, and you have callers. Mm-hmm. And if you just keep doing what you're doing, that's what I try to tell everybody. Don't pay too much attention about numbers when you're starting out. Just keep doing what you're doing. Numbers will come.
Right.
The numbers will come.
If you do what you love out there, Shelby, you're going to do it. As long as you're doing what you love out there, nothing else matters. It really doesn't.
And I've also learned that my audience means a lot to me. So what their feedback to me matters. And I learned that on my Tuesday and Wednesday shows, I never would have thought would have turned into crime shows. Mm-hmm. But they have given me so much feedback on our crime shows. They're like, we would really love if you do this. And we would really like it if you done this, this, and this. So we, 86 Bad Love is my co-host on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we have our work cut out for us. So we are going to make sure that what our audience and our panel asks of us is what we're going to do. So to any of our audiences that is in the live now, please know we are going to take care of everything that y'all ask of us to do. It's just going to give us some time to catch up, regroup, and do what y'all ask. So
absolutely. You've got the formula, Shelby. You're a bright, intelligent young lady. You know exactly what you're doing, and just keep, like I said, just keep doing what you're doing. You've got a very healthy attitude towards it, and you're doing great. I've heard your shows. Another thing too, Shelby, is remind people that they can download your shows.
Oh yeah. Please,
And
all means, download my shows. And go back over them so many times. I haven't listened to my own shows, like I said, but now that y'all recommend that, I'm gonna go back and listen to my shows. I could probably catch something that that's gonna be pertinent to me later. As far as
Absolutely.
the crime part, but not, but also to the learning experience.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to learning something more, and putting it into good use.
what I would say to Brian, if you're still listening, Brian, is, and it's a bit of a trick, but if you go and download Discord app and set up yourself on there, and then let me know, and then we can get you all into the other people, and they'll help you. Discord is a bit of a mess around, but once you're on there and you know what you're doing, it's a good way to text people and chat to them.
Communicate, you can communicate with me on there. I'm on Discord. I will be more than happy to give you my code and everything, and that way you can talk to me anytime, day or night. At the moment, I will never sleep for the next few months. Most of y'all know why. But I will be up for quite a bit most of the time. So y'all can Discord me anytime, and I'll give you what information I know. And if I don't know it, I will literally find out for you. So it's not like I'm going to leave you
Shelby's
hanging.
not afraid to ask questions, which is what we love about her.
Yeah, and I'm always telling people, if you've got a question about doing podcasts or something, you want some information, or just bounce something off the wall, email me at theoldmanspodcast@gmail.com. Ask me anything, and I'll get right back to you. And let
Benny,
you know.
welcome to the show. That's another thing. It is. That's exactly spelt Discord. You did get it right out there. Check it out there. Another thing to be able to do, and me and the old man are very big on this, is not only thanking our listeners, but thanking the people that download us out there.
Yeah,
are part of the family. They're huge.
That's a big audience that people seem to kind of not pay attention to. And I had a friend of mine who used to be a big marketing guy with HP, and him and I were talking about my podcast, and he's a big fan. And I was asking him about marketing. What can I do? What can I do? And he goes, well, when you start your show, he goes, thank the people that are listening to it. I go, well, I do. The people that are coming into the show. He goes, no. You got people that are listening to your show on the download. Talk to them like they're actually listening to the show right now, because when they're downloading, they are.
They absolutely are.
You are like if Brett is going to download, and if he's going to publish this show for download, welcome all you guys that are listening to us on the download, because they're listening to us right now. It might not be real time, but they're going to. And they're just as important. I mean, that's really where your biggest audience is. I mean, you could have 25, 30, 50 people in your live room, and that's fantastic, But on top of that, you could have up to 200 people listening to you on the download. You don't want to forget that audience.
Yeah,
because
it's very big. I throw that out there quite a bit every few shows. Shelby, you've heard me throw out the countries out there, right? You've heard me throw out.
Right.
Right now, I'm going to do that right now. All those listening out there that download the show, we have plenty of countries out there. I'm going to name them right now for you. I want to thank you all for being part of the Pulse family. We have Canada, Mexico, Thailand, Brazil, Romania, United Kingdom, Iran, Japan, China, Australia, India, Cambodia, Indonesia, Ireland, Finland, Norway, Russia, Ghana, Sweden, South Africa, Finland, Poland, Switzerland, Puerto Rico, Philippines, and New Zealand. We all want to thank you for being part of the Pulse family. You guys are amazing, and you guys make our show,
Yeah.
And they do.
Best to last,
Okay.
Always put the
And you
best
can do
country
this.
last.
You can do the same thing with the states. Just start naming off all the states.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is.
It makes them feel a part of the show.
Right.
I know Brett could say it. I know because him and I have talked about that. Once you do that, once you start doing that, you'll see your download numbers pick up. There's something about it. There's something about people like hearing their country said.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. Or their state.
Yeah. Right.
I love all my people from Iran that come in and join the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I get a kick out of that. Just for that, I learned how to speak Farsi. I don't know if you guys knew that now.
No,
if
I do now.
I had my first one the other day come in, and I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I don't know how to speak it, but hello."
Yeah. Scott is actually very fluent in Farsi, and I started learning a year ago. So I know when I have someone come in, from Iran, I'll start out with Darud, Gantu Delikasi Abda Shodon, which means welcome from the bottom of my heart.
Wow.
And these are important things that people need to know, and
like I'm sure Shelby, you've heard my show enough that you hear that little intro I have that's done in Spanish.
I think
right?
I have. Yes.
Yeah. That's that my friend of mine from HP. He goes, "You should do an intro in Spanish." I go, "Roberto, I don't speak Spanish." He goes, "Yeah, I know." He goes, "You don't speak Spanish and your show's not in Spanish." He goes, "But a lot of Spanish-speaking people know English. And if you do an introduction in Spanish, it's going to make them feel like, hey, he knows I'm listening." And they'll tell their friends and family. And next, you'll see, I've seen a tremendous boost in my downloads and that from Mexico, South America, since I started doing that little intro in Spanish.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Yes, I have over 300 downloads a day in Mexico.
Really?
See?
Yes.
And then plus he's got an insight into Mexico.
Really? Right?
Love you, sis.
I need your connection. I need your sister. Yeah, well, she's a follower of our show now too. So
absolutely. She knows
the word up.
Yeah, exactly. The old man comes on, my sis is in the room. It's just part of it. But it's an amazing pod family that we have here. We really do. And as hosts stay very close together, out there from Finlay all the way across the pond. I always tease him about that, to me and the old man, to me and Russell was outside of normal, to to Shep out there, to we keep a very close bond, and we make sure that we take care of the people that take care of us in the show.
Yeah, you've just picked up a very powerful listener by the way of Fat Cat Radio.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, she was on the news show the other day.
Yeah, I heard her. I was there.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful.
Watch your Sweden numbers now kick up.
Yeah. You know what? I'll have to keep an eye on that. Sweden is a big downloader of us, but I'll have to check that and keep an eye on it, see how it does. But yeah, it is. It's a big thing. No one, me and the old man have talked about this before. Not every show out there is everyone's cup of tea. So you have to realize that,
Right.
But it is your fans. It is all of you that are on the panel right now. It's all you guys that make our show. We can host it and we can direct it any way you want, but we have you guys to thank to make us
right
who we are. And that's how it works.
Always thanking the fans, all the family,
absolutely,
pod people, the followers, the downloaders. Just always make yourself a note, stick it on your computer to thank all your listeners and followers and all that stuff every day. Do that every show. Thank them.
And to answer your question, Shep, New Jersey does very well with us out there. Papa John, welcome to the show. It's one of those things that, I can go down states right now. You want me to do a quick state list? This was just
Sure.
updated as of today.
Yeah, go please.
Okay, here we go. Alaska, Washington, Arizona, California, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Kansas, Florida, Virginia, Oregon, Georgia, Michigan, Texas, Massachusetts, Idaho, New Mexico, New York, Illinois, Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, South Carolina, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I can probably almost name every state out there. I just missed a call. Let me see here. Sorry about that. Let me get Brian.
Now, how do you know what states are listening, though? It's what
on Podbean.
Yes.
You have the statistics there.
Correct.
Yes.
You have your statistics. You can go. It's on your. If you're on the computer, it's on your.
Under your overview.
Oh, your dashboard. On your dashboard.
On your dashboard.
Yeah, you go and scroll down your dashboard, and it'll show a little map, and you. I like listening to myself.
We got a little echo here. Let me go ahead and welcome Brian to the show here.
Sure.
Brian, welcome to the show. How are you this evening? Brian, you are live with the Pulse.
Oh, hi.
Hi there.
I lost you for a second. Hi, guys. Really enjoying it. Thanks for all your help.
Brian.
Absolutely. Yeah, we just you're live. The only thing you got is you've got a real bad back feed right now. So if you got a headset or a Bluetooth device that you can use for a mic, it'll kill that echo that we got going.
Oh, right. I'll just try and get that. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
No.
That's part of the learning curve.
Right.
If you want to, I'll mute you real quick. See if you can find a headset or something, and we'll get you back on the air here. Because we'd love to hear from you. Okay? All right.
But let me, Shelby, when you open up your Podbeam on your computer, you'll see it says dashboard. Click on dashboard if it doesn't already open to that, and you'll scroll down. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's the wrong thing. You got to go to statistics. You see dashboard, go down to statistics, hit that, and then go to overview.
Okay.
Overview. Once you click that, then you just scroll down, and it goes where your audience comes from.
Okay.
And you'll see a little thing there, and it's automatically opened up to the world, then the U.S., and then it breaks out Canada, Australia, Sweden, Germany. And then you see the little map of the world there, and then you'll see them listed to the right, and it says view more. Well, you can click that view more, and it'll list everything that's there from the, from the world or from the States or just play around with that and see what it shows you. It's awesome. Your little mind will be blown. Your little mind will be blown.
Absolutely.
I remember I was doing I did a yearly thing. I wanted to see, and I'll be danged if what I had downloads in every state but 3, and one of them was Vermont, and it was like, how come I'm not getting no downloads from Vermont?
That's because you had no Ben and Jerry's in the fridge.
And I went onto a show, and I go, hey, come on, Vermont, what's going on? Why ain't they getting any downloads? And lo and behold, downloads started coming in from Vermont.
Right. Oh, wow.
I mean, it's amazing. It's just amazing. So, yeah, have fun with it. And and then like that, like Brent says, you start your show, and you can always go, hey, I want to welcome all our followers from India, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and in the States, I want to welcome everybody from Washington, Oregon, Arizona, Ohio, Texas. I mean, you could just, you can just rattle them off, and it just makes people feel, oh, thank you.
The 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
the warm and fuzzy.
That is so sweet.
You know what?
Yeah.
Funny, Shelby, I'm going to tell you something right now. Now, I've been talking to the old man. Of course, we talk all the time. But anyway, I was talking to him about a week or so ago that we were going to put together a host show. And look at what we're doing right now, old man.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a host show. Yeah. That sure is. Yeah.
Yeah. See? See how well it goes? I
That's
tell you what, it is one big pod family out there, and you just always have to remember that your listeners, everyone that is part of the panel, everyone, all the listeners in your room, and all those that download are what make your show, and they are very important in that.
Very.
And as much as I am a numbers guy, people kind of think I live and die by numbers because I'm a numbers guy. It's what I've done my whole life. But I mean, numbers are fun to look at, Shelby, but don't live and die by them, because numbers are booming. Numbers will be big, and then numbers will be down. I broke a record last month. A single month downloads of 6,014 downloads for the month.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, am I going to see that again in April? I don't know. Probably not.
Because I don't know. Push for it, though. I'll tell you that. No.
Everything comes in waves. Everything comes in waves. Everything comes in waves, and that's why you can't sit there and live on numbers, because it'll put you on a roller coaster ride. How come nobody's downloading my show? Oh no! Don't worry about it. Everybody will eventually get caught. I've had some days where it's like, wow. I mean, it's like, where did those downloads come from? Who was doing those downloads? In the last 3 months, I had a single day in February 24th. I had a single day of 421 downloads, and I was going, where did they come from?
Right.
Who's downloading all my shows? What are they doing? Because people aren't going to just download the show you did today. They're going to download all your past shows. And that's one thing you do when you talk about download, Shelby. You say, hey, remember, you can download the current and past shows. Do all our, do your past shows. And it's just like my webpage. If I lived on numbers on my webpage, I would be crying and happy. I mean, the analyticals for the webpage are the same way, because everything comes in waves. Everything comes in waves. You have big days, you have little days. Big days, little days,
Right.
And you'll be, yes, they can, you can, Brian, you can download. You can download once we publish the show. They are available for download.
Yes.
So, yes. As soon as we're done with the shows, as a host, we go in there, we publish the shows, and depending on the platforms that we use, I know me and the old man, we're on every platform known to mankind out there, even stuff I've never heard of, we're part of. But that's just part of it. That's part of getting it out there and making sure that the fans are happy with what we do.
Yeah. Now, another little fun thing Podbean furnishes for you on that overview page, or statistics thing, is if you keep scrolling down, you'll see a thing that says, hold on, I just passed it. Come on. Downloads by time of day. Downloads by time of day. And there, for the longest time, I didn't understand this chart. I could not understand this chart.
You weren't, yeah.
Because it's put out in GMT time, GMT time. That's where it all starts, and everything goes from it. It's +1, +2 hours, +3 hours.
Right.
So it took me a while to figure out, and I'm going, oh, it looks like all my downloads are, according to this thing, at 4 p.m. What's 4 p.m.?
Right.
4 p.m. GMT time is 9 a.m. Pacific time.
Correct.
Okay.
So I went, so literally, I get done with my show literally about 8:30 in the morning Pacific time. I publish it, I download it, and it's like, as soon as it's downloaded, as soon as I publish it and post it, it's like people are starting to download it right then. Bam!
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it gives you just another thing to see when are people downloading the shows. So I can look at it right now and tell you, most people download my shows starting at 9 in the morning, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. I mean, it's like right in that little window.
It's like clockwork.
Okay.
And that's not a cliche. I'm just telling you.
No, it is.
Right.
Yeah. Nancy,
It's all-
welcome to the show, brother.
I told Grammy, I go, it seems like they're just waiting for it to be published so they can download it.
That's what's strange.
Right.
Like the news show, I'll
Yep.
publish it, and within an hour, it's had like 59 downloads already. It's
Sure,
like,
exactly.
You're like, well, wait a sec. Where were you?
Because you got to figure, what are people doing throughout the day? Well, you got lunchtime, you got people who are at work, they're driving home. So if it's 9 o'clock Pacific time, that's noon. That's noon back east. It's at their lunchtime.
Right.
They're sitting in their cars eating lunch. They're listening to the show, England and all that. People are driving home from work,
Right.
and it's just fun to learn all that stuff. It's just fun. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It just brings fun to it. So
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yancy, you're welcome to call in, brother. Panel's open. Same with you.
I do have a question for you guys, and it's been kind of it's been an idea, and which I've already tried to move forward with it, but I'm kind of reluctant to it at the moment.
Yeah.
But I do the lunch after you, Tom. I'm gonna call you Tom, and Brett. But I thought about doing like a comedy book club on Mondays and Thursdays. Would you think that's a good idea, or should I find something else to
try it and
fill
see?
that?
You'll know. I mean,
Okay.
it's either gonna go through the roof, be mediocre, or they're gonna be, we use the term prairie dogging, right? Pop into the show and pop out. Either you're gonna capture the interest or you're not.
Let me tell you. Let me shed a little light on to you, Shelby, on comedy stuff, because I've been doing it for a while now, and I don't remember when I started it, but I love stand-up comedy, and so I go, I'm going to start doing a Sunday funny.
Right. Which works. I listen to it. I look for it.
I post it on Sunday afternoons, my time, 1 p.m. Pacific time, Sunday. I post a comedian, a stand-up comic, and I get all my stuff. People are worrying about copywriting and that. I get all this stuff off what I pay for, which is YouTube Music. I get them from them, and it's just anywhere from a 5-8 minute clip, of a comedian doing something. Those have really caught on. I mean, I get some tremendous downloads from those, and all it is, I start the show with the applause, and then I go right into the comedy act. They're done. I applause. I'm off. That's all. That's all it is. And it's a pre-recorded show. I'll do it, and then I'll set it so it's automatically posted at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And I guess my point to you, Shelby, is people love comedy. People love comedy. So if you're thinking about doing some kind of a comedy book thing like you're talking about, oh, man, I mean, people would gobble it up. I'm sure they would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, see, the reason why I wanted comedy is because we're serious, on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I wanted something, I didn't want to do crime all the time. That's not why I wanted to do a podcast.
Right.
And so I wanted to do something, very light, something, that would really get, like if, and I'm giving everyone the choice, you don't have to read the book if you don't want to, and you can participate if you want to, or if you just want to be in the audience and listen, that's fine.
Sure.
But I wanted, to change it up a bit and to have some breathing room, for me, because I'm on 4 days a week, and I wanted to make sure that I had some relief in there in between, for sanity. I guess you could say,
I get it. Yeah. No, it is. It's a we find ourselves in and in spots to where you don't want to make it feel like when you're doing a podcast, you don't want to make it feel like it's work. That's the biggest thing, I don't feel when I come on, I make sure it's a time that I want to be your host. I want you to enjoy the show. I want you to listen to music, when we're chilling. I want you during the variety show. None of our stuff is scripted, as you know. Everything just comes straight out. Even our news show is not scripted. It does have, we are set up to where we have things at certain points that we do in the show itself. But none of our stuff is scripted. It's all ad lib on the way through. And the only thing that me and Scott talk about, previous is, of course, it takes a lot of time to go through a news show, to do a news show.
Right.
And we don't put out garbage, as you know. Everything that comes out is straight up. It's not this, hinky stuff that's coming, blowing off the, off the news channels or this or that, the hit, something that's got hype to it or this or that, or they're embellishing on it. It's all direct, it's straight and direct. And that's where we're seeing, where the news shows go wrong is the problem is they embellish on stuff.
Right.
And you gotta, and like I said, you have to enjoy what you're doing out there, as to when it comes to being a host. If you enjoy it and you love it and your fans love it, it's only just going to bring you farther and farther into the, the podcasting family,
Right.
It really is.
And that's what I want. I want, I not only want the audience engagement, but I want to progress more, not really, I'm not looking for an income, but I'm looking for, I want to be as popular as y'all. I want people to wonder if I'm not on where I'm at, type situation, and I know I don't have that yet, but I do. I mean, amongst the host people, I do, but I mean, as far as audience wise, I don't have that, and I'd like to have that.
Yeah, it'll come. It'll come.
Well, the one thing I want you to do, Shelby, when you come into my show, I do not want you to come into my show and leave without saying, "Hey, be sure to check out my podcast. Shelby be right back. She'll be right back."
Even
and give the day and the time.
Drive that into my head.
I know you got to do it. You just come in and do it. But if you send me the particulars, then I'll try to make sure I do it too.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send it to you. I'll text that to you here in a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that for the Pulse on my weekly update that I do on Sundays. I also put out a week ahead. This is what's coming up on the Old Man's podcast next week. I do a little thing saying with it. And I did a big plug for the Pulse on that too, because it's just a habit now. Brett's a habit. He's a bad habit I got.
I'm the old man's bad habit,
Yeah.
He's like a rash. I can't get rid of this rash.
He can't help it, But that's okay, because you always have music for the old man in the background. There you go, old man.
Yeah, baby.
See, now it's time to have some fun.
Yeah.
Business. Now it's time to have some fun. This is the best part of being a host, is we get a little tag in on each other.
Yeah.
Brian Lowry, I gave you my email address in the chat there. You said you want to send me some kind of a comedy thing or something. Yeah. Give me it. Put it in an MP3 file and send it to me. And the reason I say MP3 because it's easy for me to open up and listen to, and then I can do whatever with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Brian.
That's part of the fun. It's all part of being a host. We love it. We dig it, man.
Definitely.
We dig it. We flat out dig it. See, and then we get our little pokes at each other.
Yeah. Now, Shelby, you've heard you've been into the prime time show we have, right? I mean, you were in
it. Yes, I was.
The last one was absolutely hilarious. I mean, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Well, try to remember when I got my start in podcasting, doing that with my son on Dreadnought 928, whereas he was the host and I was the co-host. And that's exactly how his show. That's how his show was. It was what our prime time is. Because him and I were talking. He goes, "Man, those were some fun times." I go, "Well, let's do it again." "Oh, I don't know if I want to start it up." I go, "Well, look, I'll do a primetime show on Fridays. You come in, be the co-host, and let's just relive those fun days." So that's how the whole primetime thing came up. It's me and Big Rich Dog just having fun, just like we used to.
He's a hoot.
He is a hoot.
He comes into my show. I love it when he comes in because, he starts out. First of all, you guys all gave me the nickname Teddy Bear now. Well, he started that, and mine is Puppy Dog for him, and it just goes on and on. It's great to have, like I said, all of us here. With that, I want to welcome Shep to the panel. Sorry, buddy. I wasn't ignoring you. Yeah. Sheppers.
Shep.
What's up, guys? No, it's cool. I was coming on and I had to mute. My dog was starting to bark. He wanted something. So I muted. No, I wanted to say about the downloads. Like the old man was saying, you were saying how, whenever you post a show, you'll notice a whole bunch come in. A lot of people have their, I guess, whatever they choose as like.
You went mute.
He got a phone call. He got a phone call.
How dare you get a phone call on my show?
No.
Yeah.
He's been sitting there waiting to talk, and when he finally gets a chance to talk, he gets a phone call.
Yeah, he gets a phone call. That's usually how it goes, Shep.
Yeah. No. But it's all, it's a wonderful thing that we get to do here. And not only do we get to entertain, but we get a lot of calls on the side of how much we've helped, just make someone's day a little bit better,
Or in my case, my kids call and they won't leave me alone.
Yeah. So if you're sitting out there and you want to do a podcast, all I got to say to you is, what's stopping you?
Right. What is
stopping you?
Yeah. Yep. There's plenty of time out from everyone out there. Do it. Make it happen.
Don't let fear hold you back.
There's hundreds of millions of people out there listening to podcasts daily.
Yeah.
There's enough to go around. Trust me.
There is. Absolutely. There is, I'm going to take a quick music break here because I'm going to go grab something to drink.
I got to go get me some water too.
You got to get some water. All right, let's go ahead and, take a quick music break here. First of all, I want to thank you all for joining us here at the Pulse. You're chilling out with us. We have Miss Shelby Jack on. We have the old man himself, which is awesome. We have Darlington in the room. We have the Finlay. We have Brian Leroy, and we also have Mr. Smith. I want to thank you guys all for joining me today. This started out as just being a test thing today. I was testing some equipment out, and look at us. We're rolling into a show. Do it to it. I'm enjoying it. All right, let's go ahead and throw out some music here. I want you guys to enjoy this. I'm going to grab something to drink, and here we go.
Shots.
Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues. In the middle of the pouring rain. WC Handy, won't you look down over me? Yeah, I got a first class ticket, but I'm as blue as a boy can be.
We're taking a little music break, so I'm getting some water.
Just walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Saw the ghost of Elvis on Union Avenue. Followed him up to the gates of Graceland, and I watched him walk right through. Now security, they did not see him. They just hovered around his tomb. But there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the jungle room. When I was walking in Memphis, I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis, but do I really feel the way fish on the table. They've got gospel in the air. And Reverend Green, be glad to see you when you haven't got a prayer. Boy, you got a prayer in Memphis. Now Muriel plays piano every Friday at the Hollywood. And they brought me down to see her, and they asked me if I would do a little number. And I sang with all my might. She said, tell me, are you a Christian child? And I said, ma'am, I am tonight. Walking in Memphis. Was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Walking in Memphis. I was walking with my feet 10 feet off a beam. Walking in Memphis. But do I really feel the way I feel? Put on my blue suede shoes and I boarded the plane. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain. Touchdown in the land of the Delta Blues, in the middle of the pouring rain.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Pulse. You guys are all chilling with me on a Sunday afternoon. Today is April 2nd. That's right. We're into April. And I'm looking out the window right now and it is dumping snow on my tail. Freaking awesome. Welcome to the show. All those new listeners out there, please make sure you hit those follow buttons out there and give us some likes on the way through. We also accept those little gifts out there. We love those little gifts. And also, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, debit, credit, Tom's credit cards.
Follows.
Definitely follows. Everybody, welcome anyway. Make sure you check out our shows Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Alaska time, 2 p.m. Eastern. We have the news show Monday through Friday, a headline news show, the Not So Normal News Show. Along with that, Wednesday night, this coming Wednesday night, matter of fact, it's going to be kind of a special variety show. Wednesday night at 6:30 p.m. Alaska time, 10:30 p.m. Pacific, we'll be announcing our super fan for the month. So be there for that one. Woohoo! We're going to do it.
Not me.
Old man, you back with us there? Let's see if the old man's back. He's probably out chasing water still. It's like Scott chasing coffee, I mean, come on.
Where's Mop?
Scott. He's actually busy right now. He sent me a text. You can't unmute. Why not?
I don't know how.
There you are.
I don't know how. I've never been on this side of a podcast before.
There, you're unmuted now. What'd you do? You muted yourself and then couldn't unmute it?
I don't know. I just I didn't know how to. I didn't know how I got muted, and then I didn't. Oh, there's a little microphone down there. Oh, I got it. Okay.
You must have hit it somewhere because I didn't.
Hey! I just noticed that you've got that silver badge now.
Yeah.
You can go 3 hours, buddy.
Yeah. Sheppy.
Nice.
Sheppy sent me a message. He goes, dude, you got the silver tab this
the
month.
Silver, yeah.
Right.
Nice. What I did was I gave mine up and passed it on to you.
Right.
Aww.
Me and the
We're
old
just
man.
passing it around.
Yeah. We absolutely share. We have no problem with that whatsoever. Got it. What's that?
Last month I did a couple of 3-hour shows. It was hard. It's hard to go 3 hours.
Oh, I did one Friday night.
Did you?
Yeah, I did one Friday night.
Let's see. You did a show Friday night for 3 hours, but you didn't come into our show.
It was after you were gone. It was like an hour and a half after you were gone.
I understand.
We got stuck in Fairbanks, man. That was a rough day.
Hey, I can't help it. I go to bed early and I don't catch all the late shows that come on after me.
I mean, it's almost bedtime for you. It's 6 p.m. there right now.
I'm tired right now.
I know. You already had breakfast or had dinner at 4, right? You have breakfast at 2 in the morning. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah. Sheppy, how you doing out there, brother?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Ooh, that was a close call. I was walking, and I thought I was losing service. Turns out I had my phone fell out of my pocket. I'm at the park with my dog, and I'm walking up. Yeah, we're coming down the trail. And then it was getting like more and more distorted. I'm like, this isn't good. And then all of a sudden it said connection lost. I was like, oh, my phone. I had to backtrack. I keep turning my headset on. And, I found it though.
Hey, Crazy. Welcome to the show.
But I was going to make a comment earlier about the downloads on the hour. Because I've hosted like a few shows, nothing serious, just kind of like filling the time. And I noticed not only do I have, if I look back at certain shows, like way more downloads than I remember ever seeing, it just because they keep growing. But also, if people put you in their like favorites or whatever the heck it is, following, and they choose auto download, as soon as that show goes up, boom, it goes on their device. Right. So that's probably another reason why you get those big hits that on that hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just when old man was explaining the statistics and the overview, I was going through mine and I hit like all time, and I was like, oh wow, it's a lot more than I for something that I never even put out there really or promoted. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
That
many
is.
People.
And another
thing, awesome.
It is. Another thing that engagement is important to all of us hosts out there, whether it's chats in there, hitting those little hearts. The gifts do amazing things for us. Becoming a super fan of a show. I've just learned about this over just the last month, how super fans are. And I want to thank all those super fans that are part of the show here because, like I said, you guys are what make the show for us, the Pulse, and we never want to look, make sure that you guys get all the recognition that you can get. Like I said, Wednesday night, we do have the variety show is Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. Alaska time, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be announcing our super fan of March, and I'm looking forward to doing that. Lizzie, welcome back. It's going to be fun. It's going to be lots of fun. Our variety show just kind of wherever it ends up, it ends up. It's cool. We get callers from all over the world. And that's the neatest thing. Me and the old man have talked about, Shelby, as well, is just being able to connect to people here from all over the world. And we've become friends that way. You just muted out again, Shep.
I'm getting my dog up.
I'm
getting my dog up in the car. Sorry, guys.
Okay, there you go. He'll be back. Go ahead, old man. What'd you have to say?
No, I was just I was going to tell Shep, check his pocket, see if his phone fell out of his pocket.
Yeah, really.
It is. I guess and that's another huge thing is, I want to thank all those fans right now too, as well. You guys kept us in the top 10 this whole month, which is a feat in itself. Just being
that is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, just being in the top 20 on Podbean is hard enough to do, but to keep us above top 10, it is. Look at Lizzie. Go team.
Really?
Absolutely. It is. It's a tough thing. I usually wait till Shep or Susie or Scott tell me, because I don't want to look. I kind of wince at it, but I'm not a numbers guy. I don't really, go searching for that. But it's fun. It's absolutely amazingly fun. And that's why we started up the super fan of the month thing that we have going on over there. Has nothing to do with, anything but just being a part of the show. And that's how we're doing it, Let's see here. I was trying to find out, Brian Laurie, haven't met you yet. Oh, there you go, Lizzie. Yeah, it is. It's a good idea, Russ. And we started it last month. We actually started it in February, and our super fan of the month was Miss Hanny J.
Nice.
For February. So cool stuff. Just part of the fun, we have such great partners.
It's all fan appreciation.
It is.
Right.
It is. It really is. We have such amazing fans out there, and I don't want to keep going on this fan thing because I've been going on for an hour. But I tell you what, it is what
we're appreciative.
Yeah, we are. We're very appreciative. As host, we are. And it is. It's amazing. Oh man, did your Kraken play today?
No, they played yesterday.
They did. How'd they do?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. That doesn't sound good.
We lost the game, but we're still in. We lost the game, but we're still in the number one wild card spot. So we lost the game, but we haven't lost any ground as far as being in the playoffs. So
yeah,
it's all good.
How's the Avalanche doing out there? I haven't even asked Susie.
They're doing good. They're doing good. I mean, they've lost a game here or there, but they're still holding ground too. And they are. I don't know if they've clinched a playoff spot yet, but they're there. They're up in the top 3. So they're looking like they're going to be in the playoffs. And I would kind of like for them. I think they're second place in the division. I would like to see them take first place in the division, because then when the playoffs start, if things stay as they are, when the playoffs start and they're in first place and we're in the first wild card, it would end up being the Avalanche and the Kraken playing in the first round of the playoffs, and that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that would be. It'd actually be pretty cool. I mean, you know me, I'm not huge on hockey. But I'm starting to check it a little bit more and more since, I mean, I'm not taking my naps during the game when Susie's usually watching it now.
Yeah, this is my second year being a hockey fan. I don't know why I never watched hockey before, but I got into it because Seattle had the Kraken, and I thought, well, since we have our own team, let me get behind them and start watching. I watched it, learned about it. And man, now I'm sold. I am sold. I used to be a baseball fanatic. I loved baseball, but now hockey has taken its place. So if there's a hockey game and a baseball game on, I'll watch the hockey game. I'll just watch the hockey game. Something about watching these guys that are 6'6", 6'8", 200 pounds, running around on razor blades, hitting people with sticks. Something about that is just appealing to me.
Yeah. Getting checked into the glass,
Yeah, you got on the hockey thing. If you beat someone up, what do you get? You get 2 minutes in a penalty box. Hey, I can live with that, I use that as an excuse. If I ever get getting a little bit of a scuffle out on the street, and the cops get called in, I'm going to say, "Hey, officer, we're just we're just playing hockey. I'll take a 2-minute penalty and let's call it good. Let's go. Let's just go our way."
Yeah, absolutely.
Hockey. I love it.
Someone just asked me if I was going to post this show. And you know what? It's probably a good idea because we got a lot of advice in there about starting new podcasts. What do you think, old man?
I agree.
Oh, I would.
We need to.
Yeah. Okay.
I post everything. I post everything but my music shows.
Yeah. Well, I usually,
and the reason I don't post them is because I don't know if I'd get in trouble with copyright and all that. And as long as I don't post them, I'm okay.
Yeah, no, I understand that. We had that. Someone once asked me, "How do you play all the music you play?" Well, we're actually licensed. Believe it or not.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I use my iTunes account. Is that a problem?
Yeah. You know what? If you don't get tagged for it, you don't get tagged for it.
So,
I'm not giving any advice. I'm just saying that it depends on the platforms that you post your shows on. Sometimes they'll get blocked. By the way, GY Scrabblebag GY, welcome to the show. Welcome.
I can say that with the music, when I had this account locked up for a couple of days, I had to use the Baby Chef, right? When I would host a room, I could not upload my own music, regardless of how I have the music going through broadcast. I wasn't allowed to do it through the Podbean app. But because I have the lowest plan subscription that's possible on here, the unlimited audio, and because of that, I could upload stuff. I do get a message, and I will read it again, Shelby, just to give you a little bit more of an understanding of what it says. But I'm assuming if I'm allowed to upload my own music that I can download, if I pay for it or not from another service, why wouldn't I be able to upload or my show with the music on it if they're allowing me to upload music in general?
The only thing that you are going to find, Shep, that if you put it on certain platforms, they will block it if you are not if you are not licensed. That is the only thing I will tell you. That is straight up, and you will get caught up in that mess. If you go to, if you go to our About page or our web page, you'll see that we have our licenses posted so that there is nothing, when we post to YouTube or this or that or wherever we end up, if there's any questionable remarks, if we get any request here from the Pulse as to putting anything out, we can just reference back to our licenses that we are officially licensed under 3 different licensees out there. And, so it's just it's a touchy thing out there.
And see, Shelby, that's what I do. If anybody gets on me about not having a copyright, I just tell them I fall under the Pulse's license.
We just umbrellaed the old man.
No, I don't do that.
I know.
That's why I never publish them. I just once I do a music show, if you catch me doing a music show and you come in and we're having a lot of fun, we're listening to music. And basically when I do a music show, it's just music. There's very little talk. The chat room's open, but I don't do any talking. But then once that show ends, I delete it. It's gone. Boom.
Yeah.
All the files are gone. I delete everything.
Kiss it goodbye. Yeah.
Yep.
No, that's the only thing that you can, you just be careful of out there.
Okay.
That's all I got on that one. I'll just tell you straight up. Heel Club in the club. Heel Club's in the house. Heel Club, welcome. Bella, welcome. Yeah,
hi, Bella. Heel Club.
Yeah. Day into house. We've been going. I can't believe I've been going 2 hours now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Let's get Miss Crazy in here. Crazy. Question. What up, Crazy? Shoot.
Not my height. That's not up. Yeah, I'm still 5'0". I have a question. So, like, someone told me, like, if you do music show, like, it's like, say I play a song and I tell you who it's by and blah blah blah. That kind of like gives you like
a hall pass.
Yeah.
It is incorrect.
Is that true?
It is incorrect.
Well,
I'm just going to tell you it is incorrect.
But if I own music, right, and it's an MP3 and stuff like that, and I put it on, then I'm okay because I own the actual, like,
that's
CDs
also a
and
touchy
shit.
situation because you have to be licensed under what you're going at. A lot of people will give you that, oh, well, I can play 30 seconds of a song or this or that. No, any way you look at it, it is copyright covered.
Okay,
so,
well, check it out. Okay, and then I play.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do is look at the copyright laws. Look for them. Look at them yourself. Don't take what I say. Yep. Don't take what I say as the gospel truth.
But just don't publish it.
What's that?
What you're saying. You do it and you just don't publish it.
No, I don't publish it. I don't publish it at all, you know. And I don't have any files. There's no record of it. So if they say, well, you did a music show yesterday, I go, no, I didn't. I have no record of doing that. See, one thing about quality, guys, we understand one thing. If it's not documented, it never happened.
Right.
QC rule.
It's not illegal.
Yeah.
It's not illegal if you don't get caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was badass. I can work it off.
Okay.
Yeah. No, you'll always see people put up, well, I don't own any rights to this show or to this music, or did not write it or copyright or this or that. Either way, yeah, it's still a copyright infringement if you're using it to post in certain ways. That's all I'll say on that, but you guys can check it for yourself. I am no way giving you guys any advice. I'm just telling you what I've experienced through.
You know what I love about having Shonda on staff?
Yeah, I know.
Because she always throws out the disclaimers.
Yeah, exactly. Bella, if you want to, I am going to publish this show to let you know, because we've been talking for about an hour and 40 minutes on
Eric
doing some shows and how to get started in what we do and that sort of thing. Me and the old man have been talking about doing a show like this forever, and somehow it just kind of got created today, didn't it, old man?
Yeah. See, and Eric, I love Eric to death. Eric has been with the old man since day one.
Yeah.
Day one, Eric has been with the old man. And, they say, well, is Eric a co-host? I kind of think of Eric as a co-creator with the old man's podcast show, because he's been with me for so long. And he does that too. He always I'll be just talking, and I love Eric to death, because I'll be talking and doing stuff, and he'll always say, the old man's podcast is not officially, right. We will not, what we're saying is just our opinions, and we don't, he's always throwing disclaimers out there for me too. So, between him and Shonda, I feel I'm covered.
Well, that's like Scott. He's not only a co-host for the show. He is also part of our, the managerial staff here at the Pulse. He is actually a content and creator, the managerial content and creator here at the show. That a lot of people don't know that, So he falls in just a little bit different line. I tag on him, my co-host, this or that. He's more than that here. So for all those, I just threw it out there. And since he's not on, Scott, there you go. That's what you get.
Yeah.
I put it out there. Yes, he is one of our managerial creators here for the show as well. And Miss Susie, of course, our executive producer, that makes a lot of things happen in the background. It takes a lot to keep a show moving. It really does, Old man, you know it as well as I do. We've been doing this long enough. It takes a lot to make things happen in the background. It really does.
Yeah, and it takes, and it's really nice when you have people that are, kind of committed to the project, committed to the program, to the project.
Yes.
It's really Absolutely. Good, and I don't think I could find anybody any more committed to the Old Man's podcast than Eric Kirk. He's just an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Love you, Eric.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and he helps me out. When I don't have a Scott with me, he's usually always there, right by my side, helping out. And he's amazing. He really is.
Bella's asking me, how many admins do I have? I have one. I have one admin. That's Eric Kirk.
Yeah. I have a few admins that are in the show that take care of things for me, and they have their place in the show to make sure that things go smoothly. And I was lucky to have them even last week, because You know as well as I do, when you got a target on your back, you'll hit the trolls.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You know, and they take care of a lot of things. They really do.
That's okay, guys. I want to have a henchman one day. You guys
Do
have
you?
henchmen. I
Yeah.
have no henchmen.
You have no henchmen?
I have
Huh.
no henchmen, then.
We'll have to get you one. We'll have to find you one.
Bella's asking the question. Brent, do I have to get an admin starting off? No. What an admin does is like the admin, Eric. For me, Eric's got control. Basically, Eric's got control to block people in my show. You know, he can block people. There's only two people. If somebody comes into my show, it gets in the chat room, and they're belligerent, they're rude, they're mean to the other listeners. There's only two people that can block them, me and Eric. And I made Eric one because Eric really pays attention to what's going on in the chat room while I'm sitting there blabbing away. You know, I might not know what's going on in the chat room. Eric does. And if someone comes in and say Bella, someone comes in and they're really rude to you, bam, Eric blocks them, and they're gone. That's it. You know, and
it's
that's
an important role.
It is.
It's an important role, a very important role, and our admins are chosen, you know, seriously to take care of business because as
you got to trust them. You got to have trust in them. You know, you got to trust that they're committed to the show. You got to trust them that they're committed to the quality of the people coming into the chat room. You know, you got to trust them that that they got your back, you know, because when you're hosting, you get busy. You just get busy. You get busy and you can't see everything. And and somebody asked me once, well, you know, does Eric have to get things approved? Eric doesn't have to approve anything. I don't approve anything. I don't approve anything Eric does. No, that didn't come out right. Eric does not have to come to me for approval for anything. Eric can block who he wants in our show. Eric can promote whatever he wants through our show. Because somebody asked me, does Eric clear all the podcasts he promotes through you? I go, no. Eric promotes who he wants. You know, Eric's got free reign. I'm not going to question my co-create, the guy that's been with me from day one. You
Absolutely.
know, I mean, he come in and he pretty much runs he can run the gambit of the thing. I trust him wholeheartedly. You know, I mean, I've thought, is Big Rich Dog an admin to my show? No, he's not, because I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody other than Eric. I just have one admin and that's it. And and besides, I don't know if I want Rich to have any kind of control in my show. You know, I might have to take him on back and give him a little spanking. You know, spanking.
You got some bell in the background there. You know, a little bit. Come on, man. You know.
Yeah, but Bella, no, you do not. You do not have to. But I will say this to you, Bella, and Shelby, if you're going to have an admin. You don't want a whole bunch of admins because you want to be able to, I mean, I've heard stories of a podcaster having, 5, 6, 7 admins. And they were just pretty much, when it comes to this blocking people coming in, if they didn't like you, they blocked you. Well, I don't block people because I don't like them. You know, I don't have anybody. As far as I know, you can check with Eric. We don't have anybody blocked from coming in our show, you know.
Right.
The only people that are blocked are people that steal other people's images and, try to pretend they're somebody they're not. We'll block them and get them out of there because I don't want somebody coming in and acting like Bella, So we block her. We block them. We get them out of there, we don't want the people. We don't want the trolls.
We don't
trolls
need
coming
clones in there. Yeah, we don't need trolls. We don't need clones. We don't need.
See, and Eric knows how to. Eric knows how to tell if you're. Eric can tell if you're a troll or not. If somebody comes in with Bella or Shelby's picture or the Pulse and comes in, he knows. He goes, oh, that's a troll. Bam, he blocks him.
And see, Bella, I have two. I have one that sits on the panel with me, and then I have one that sits in the chat. So they pretty much work together, to know, who to go and who goes and who stays, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I've developed some new rules as far as my panel anyway. So, that kind of helps out, as far as your panel. And just remember, when you start your podcast, that is your show. That is your time.
Exactly.
But you also have to consider your audience at the same time. But just remember, if you don't want anybody on your panel at the particular time, you don't have to let anybody up there.
Oh, no. That is so true. We have rules in the Old Man's Podcast. We don't allow cussing. We definitely don't allow F-bombs. Right. And we don't allow them in the chat room either. Though some might squeak through, but you'll hear when we're doing a show, you'll hear Eric in the background, hey, oh man, language, he'll remind them once, and then then he does what he does. If he blocks him, he blocks him. If he don't, he don't. I've actually had people say, well, how come Eric blocked me? I don't know. You broke the rules. Mm-hmm. Well, are you going to unblock me? No.
Probably not.
You got to talk. You got to take that up with Eric.
We have to have trust in our admins and our co-host.
Exactly.
Absolutely, that is honest truth.
Right. And I call them navigators on our show.
Yeah.
And our two main navigators. Our three navigators. The three main navigators we have now that are our main ones: Shonda, Amber May, and Russ Brown. They're our main navigators. Now I have other navigators that, because they have their own podcast, but they know they have just as much authority and say, and that's Brett. The Pulse, Brett, right here. I know if he comes in and he goes, oh, that guy's got to go. Then bing, bang, boom. Either Eric or I will, we'll get rid of him. But you just need, you know what they are? They're the enforcers of the rules. And you always want to have rules for your podcast,
Mm-hmm.
You do.
We don't want people coming in and insulting our audience. If you don't like someone, that's fine. You're going to come in our audience. You still got to respect them. We don't want you coming in and bashing people. We'll get you out of there. Because we want to have a safe haven for everybody.
Right. And I know you've seen it, Shelby. You've seen Susie in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She'll light them up one time. You got one shot at this.
Right.
And basically those, and she's pretty strong about it too. And so is Scott.
You know who's really more of a strong arm in our chat room than me and Eric combined?
I know who you're
Grammy.
Oh yeah.
Oh geez. She'll get on people,
Yeah.
Yeah. You see who come into chat? You see who's in the chat room?
I do. The puppy dog's in here. I know.
Insulting the old man is okay. That's true. You can insult me all you want. I don't care. But yeah. But I hope that helps you, Bella. Hope that helps you.
Well, I think we're going to do a lot of help with this show. Matter of fact, I'm gonna actually kind of I'll put it in the notes for the show that starting out with a podcast, start with this. Listen up, and it's been a great day, great show. We've been going.
I wouldn't mind doing this. I wouldn't mind doing this again with you, Brett. I mean, if you want to.
Remember, we talked about it a couple weeks.
Me too. I mean, I'm a newbie, but I'd love to help.
I think we can. I think we could schedule one in. I think we should.
Yeah, and post it and promote it. We can promote it between our two shows,
right?
And if you're thinking about starting a podcast, hey, let us help you. Come in. We'll answer questions and try to guide you and all this and that.
Absolutely. I think we should do it. All right, we're going on about 2.5 hours.
Nice.
And, yeah, I'm actually going to go spend some time with Susie.
Yeah, I got to get back out there and spend some time with Grammy, because I told Grammy I'm going to go listen to Brett for a little bit. She goes, okay. That was like over an hour ago.
Yeah. Way over an hour ago, dude. We're in the doghouse, man. I was just a little show on and do some testing with the new equipment. She goes, uh-huh.
Yeah.
When you get that, you know exactly where you're at. All right, let's start with our panel today. Shep, baby, Shep.
Don't do that.
Let's start with Shep. Let's get some final words for the day here on this fine.
Yeah, just try to be a better person tomorrow than you were today.
Hey, way to go, Shep. I appreciate that, brother. Mr. Finlay, I know you're still kind of hanging on. Why don't you give us some final words for the day, my brother?
I'm just hanging on. Hanging on you every word, Brett. Now, I'm going to sort of tie in with the show, and you're never too old to learn new tricks.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, me and the old man we're judges by that.
Keep learning every day, everybody. Keep learning.
Yeah. Darlington, you're still actually queued in with us. I hope you've enjoyed the show and you're still on the panel right now. If you have some final words for our guest out here, you're welcome to do that now. I don't know. I think he was probably still hunting for I know he's still in the show. I just want to thank him for his words earlier in the show. Darlington, thank you, and please come back and find us. Old man, got some final words for the day here?
If I may, I'd like to plug a couple of things next week.
Absolutely.
Monday, tomorrow, Miss Shonda, our professor on the Old Man's Podcast Show, is going to be continuing our author highlights, and we'll be interviewing the author Kevin Bennett. And she does a great job on these interviews. She's going to be interviewing Kevin Bennett about his books and about what he's got going. So you might want to tune in for that. It's always a good time. Very informative. And Wednesday's the last day to get your day and times submitted to us for the Ninana Ice Breaks. You want to get us your ice classics. You want to get us your day and time in to either the Old Man's Podcast at gmail.com or the Pulse Alaska at gmail.com to win a $100 gift certificate from Glowflow Denver. Other than that, go out, have some fun, turn off the news. If you need news, if you just got to get a news fix, turn into the Pulse Monday through Friday. Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Alaskan time, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Get your news from these guys. That's it. Thanks for having me on, Brett. I appreciate it.
Brother. I finally got you on the air. I told you you're always welcome, and I wasn't going to let you go this time. You know that, right?
I know. Caught me at a weak point.
I did. I caught you in a weak moment. Miss Shelby, you got some final words for the day here?
Yes, and I'm going to say that my final words is going to be my anthem for this year. Brett, I've already said them on your show once, but they mean more to me now since our fiasco.
Right.
That's what I'm going to call it. It's the fiasco. But kindness is free to give, but it's priceless to receive. And y'all have really shown me kindness this weekend, and I greatly appreciate it. So just remember that I love you guys or y'all.
Y'all, you better throw out the y'all. I mean,
and I'm willing to help anybody that needs help, as far as podcasting starting up, like I said, I'm a newbie, but I'll do what I can to help y'all out.
There you go.
So.
Thank you, Miss Shelby, for being a part of our family. And
yes, indeed.
What I said earlier, blood does not make family. Family makes family. Just remember that. Okay.
I will. Thank
you. All
you.
right. I'm going to
love you to death, darling.
A couple
love
weeks.
You, darling.
I'm going to revert back to my final words of the day from a couple weeks ago. I want you guys all to practice the pause out there. I want you to pause before judging, pause before assuming, pause before accusing, pause whenever you're about to react harshly, and you'll avoid doing and saying things you'll later regret out there. I love you guys all. Let's do an outro here. It's time. Let's roll this thing out of here. All right. First of all, I want to thank my panel here. We have Shep. We got Mr. Finlay all the way across the pond. We got Crazy Lady on. We got Darlington. We got the old man, my brother. Absolutely my brother. And Miss Shelby. All right. We got some podcasts to check out there. Make sure you check out the old man's podcast Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Alaska time, 10 a.m. Eastern. He's got his morning show. Great show. Also, check out Friday nights. That happens at 6 p.m. Alaska time, 10 p.m. Eastern. That's his, how should we call it? The fun show? Should we just call it the Primetime Fun Show, old man?
The Primetime Fun Show, yeah.
Primetime Fun Show. Also, look out for us again Wednesday night with the variety show. We're going to be throwing that out there. Wednesday night, 6:30 p.m. Alaska time, 10:30 Eastern. We'll be announcing our March Superfan. Also, check out the WKOP, the Wrong Kind of Podcast, out there with Yancey and Justin, recording 2 to 4 times a week right now with all the stuff they got going on. A lot of fun. Check out also my brother out there, the outside of normal, Mr. Russell. He's doing his overnight radio thing. Fun. Also, I want you to definitely check out Shelby, Miss Shelby. Find out Shelby right back. She's doing some stuff out there. Also, my brother from across the pond, the Witching Hour with Mr. Russ Finley. We also got the Shep Shack going on, Miss Amber May. And, of course, the Hanny J Show was back, the TRL show. Find it. I was part of it. Great times out there. Like I said, it's been a wonderful time. I've got to spend some great time with all of you here today. And I want to thank you for all being part of the Pulse family. If you're new here, make sure you hit that follow button and find out more about us here. You can go to our website at pulsealaska.com. With that, I'll see you guys all again tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Alaska time, 2 p.m. Eastern. And we'll be doing it again. I got one more song for you on the way out. Thank you all for being a part of the Pulse family. And have a great night. Be safe and be kind. Thank you, guys. And here we go.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared. Here is that rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, there's nothing but blue sky. can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone up the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
All right, everybody. Thank you all for joining me at the Pulse. With that, I'm going to sign off. This is Denali Brett from me and my co-host and also my managerial staff, Mr. Tucson Scott, and Miss Susie, our executive producer. You guys all have a great rest of your Sunday night, and thank you again for being part of the Pulse, as I said one more time. I enjoy you all, love you all, be safe, be kind, and I'll see you guys all out there cruising the beam. I'm out of here.
That's all, folks.